r/Nosleep. Posted by u/Dicker_mix. Templar Anomaly Research and Repossession, the Stone Mask of the Fae. Hello worker. We recently found a stone mask near the Temple of the Sun in Mexico. It was found on a humanoid skeleton with a striking similarity to the unseelie, Homo magicae. How this specimen got here is unknown. From the research of subjects in captivity, we have learned that the unseelie are capable of producing magical anomalies, and are violent towards humans. We were alerted to the site when reports of grisly murders in Cancun, Mexico City, and near the Mexico-US border started appearing. The reports had multiple similarities: the killer worked at night, the killer wore the mask, the killer was near invincible to bullets. During the transport back to the facility, one researcher put on the mask, and went insane, nearly bringing down the plane, and had to be incinerated. So far, we have listed the procedures below. 1. The mask must be kept in complete darkness, and only be viewed via sonar or infrared light, as viewing the mask directly will compel you to put it on. 2. Each person must not be assigned to the mask for more than 3 months, as the influence of the mask can become overwhelming after 3 months. 3. Red moth, don't get any ideas. This is for the safety of your employees and your patrons, since I highly doubt that either you guys or your patrons have the capability to properly store it. 4. Don't put on the fucking mask. 5. Any personnel attempting unauthorized entry must be terminated on site. 6. If anyone claiming to be from Grangewood Research Facility asks about the mask, contact the project manager. They also have a mask similar to this, and we need all the help we can get. 7. Anyone dressed like a Mayan warrior must be terminated and thrown into the incinerator. They are specters trying to free the mask. 8. If a researcher puts on the mask, evacuate immediately and activate the incinerators installed within. 9. Don't try to talk to the person inside. You'll get killed. 10. The last person who got in the way of the Mayan specter is still missing, but we found an arm, a leg, and don't even get me started on the blood. 11. The mask must be removed for chamber maintenance once a month. While out of the chamber, 4. Guards with flamethrowers must be stationed around the box where the mask is held. These rules are subject to change as necessary. Templar Anomaly Research and Repossession, understanding the universe and protecting the public, one anomaly at a time. Listen, we are dealing with a Class 4 biohazard right now. We don't have much time for a full briefing, so we're just going to tell you how we found it and the procedures. The virus was discovered in Siberia by Red Moth operatives that were looking for a payday. When the group went silent, Red Moth asked us to investigate. We sent in a recovery squad to the area that went silent as well. Next we sent in a hazard containment squad, and what they saw shocked them. The Red Moth squad and the recovery team were dead, but still possessed higher brain function. The infected, or zombies if you prefer, could communicate via high-pitched screeching and could use primitive tools, clubs, sharp rocks, etc. They didn't have a sense of direction, however, and were reportedly bumping into each other and objects around them. The hazard squad managed to get a sample of the virus, and we promptly stored it to the best of our ability, but people somehow always get infected no matter how much we contain it. These guidelines should help you until we develop a cure. 1. The virus is to be stored at sub-zero conditions and must never be warmer than 2 degrees Celsius. 2. A standard biohazard suit is to be worn while inside the chamber. 3. Sometimes humanoid shadows will appear inside the chamber. This is normal, ignore them. 3a. If one taps on the glass, then unfortunately you have been chosen as the next infected. If that happens, we're sorry. 4. If your coworker has gray eyes, pale skin, is cool to the touch, blue lips, or looks sad, shoot them, for that is the first stage of infection, and they only have a day left anyways. 5. If the virus somehow escapes, you are expected to lock yourself inside the chamber and become infected as to ensure we still have viable samples. 6. Have at least one religious object on your body at all times. It'll reduce your chances of infection and will make identifying your body much easier. 7. The infected can use basic weapons, and are near indestructible, but can't open doors and can be incinerated. Thus lower them into the stone mask chamber and activate the incinerators. 8. 2 guards with flamethrower weapons must be at the airlock entrance at all times. 9. If you suddenly have a craving for raw meat, you've been infected and we suggest termination at that point. 10. The virus is airborne, but can go through standard protection. As such, We developed special equipment for the sole purpose of protecting against the virus. 10A, tampering with the equipment of others will result in immediate termination. 11. If taken out for research, you can study it for no more than half an hour, since that is when it gets warm enough for instability to occur. 12. Absolutely no dead bodies are allowed within 20 meters of a sample. Why do you think the morgue is far away? Hopefully we can get some answers out of this and possibly make a cure. Templar anomaly research and repossession, understanding the universe and protecting the public, one anomaly at a time. Hello dear researcher. Today's anomaly is a collection of two Me-262 Schwab fighter jets and two Horton Ho 229 light bombers that were, according to records, were called Neville Jeschwader, or Fog Squadron. In World War II, this particular squadron were feared among the Allied forces, consisting of aces that were the best of the best, and shot down more Allied planes than anyone else won the Axis. However, long after the war ended, there have been reports of World War II-era fighter planes invading airspace, strafing vehicles, and tailing commercial aircraft, and even shooting down the odd Cessna now and again. We managed to censor as much as possible, for ignorance is bliss, and we've managed to contain each aircraft in separate hangars. For the Me-262 fighters, 1. Speak German, and only German around the aircraft. 2. You are to inspect each fighter for rust, damage or anything that would impair flying efficiency. Trust us, even though the planes haven't been flown in over a year, they'll have damage caused by unknown sources. 3. Ghostly shrieks and frantic German yelling coming from the hangar are normal, ignore them. 4. If the cockpit suddenly goes black and red lights appear, yell out "Wir arbeiten daran, haben Geduld." We are working on it, have patience. 4b. If that doesn't work, be prepared to be sucked inside one of the turbines, hopefully head first. 5. The gun barrels are hot, despite not being fired for a year. Again, we don't know how this happens, so take care. 6. If a man with an SS suit walks up to you, respond to anything he says with mean, commandant. And he should go away. 7. If the pilot of the aircraft comes up, you can tell it's him because of all the burn marks, tell him that the weather is horrible for flying today. He should nod and turn around. 8. Do not enter the cockpit. If you do, you'll immediately fall unconscious and will wake up either dangling from a parachute or on the ground. Either way, you'll be strafed by the Me-262. 9. If at any time the engines activate, evacuate immediately and then pull the red lever which will spray fire retardant foam into the engines. For the Horton Ho 229 light bombers. 1. Like with the Me-262s, only speak German in the hangar. 2. All personnel must wear World War II-era clothing to fool the pilots that they are still in World War II. 3. Never enter the bomb bay. 4. Anyone attempting to purposely damage the plane will be killed via engine sixing. 5. You must enter the cockpit in order to conduct maintenance on the control system. Don't worry, there's usually nothing there. 5a. If there is something there, say "Entschuldige, das ich dich store, sorry to disturb you," and leave. Maintenance has been done already. 6. The SS officer from the Me-262 hangar will appear again, this time with more aggression. You are to refuse entry to the plane to him. He will persist, to which you will point your gun at him and tell him that the plane is off limits. At this point the pilot of the plane will appear. When the pilot appears, don't look at the officer's face and look the pilot dead in the eyes and tell him that the guy you're pointing the gun at is attempting to enter the plane. The pilot at this point will look shocked, then angry, which is when you GTFO immediately. 7. Don't question the screaming coming from the bomb bay when no one is near. 8. Do not open the hangar doors at any time. We already covered up enough small-town bombings already. Templar anomaly research and repossession, understanding the universe and protecting the public, one anomaly at a time.